So guys, let's understand what is going to be asked in CAT 2020 under the verbal ability. It is also known as verbal section. Now, I'm sure that if you are preparing for CAT 2020, you already know that there are going to be 34 questions asked. How many questions are going to be asked? 34. Now, out of these 34 questions, what is the marking scheme? Of course, we know +3 for every right attempt, and if there are options available, you get -1 if you attempt a question incorrectly. Now, of course, you guys know this. If you're preparing for CAT 2020, you know what kind of questions are asked, but on what all topics and what are the numbers. Let's understand that. Now, there are going to be four types of questions asked. The first one is, of course, we all know is reading comprehension. Of course, we all know what is reading comprehension. If you do not know, let me give you a brief of it. A paragraph is given. You read the paragraph, you understand the passage, and based on that, you try to answer the question. So that is the first type of question. The second is going to be para jumble. Trust me, guys, everyone, almost 100% students suffer in answering this kind of question, para jumble. And then the third one, I'll write here, the third one is para summary. Now guys, as the name suggests, what is a para summary? A paragraph is given. Based on that, you have to answer the summary of the paragraph. You have to understand the paragraph. You have to understand what the paragraph is trying to talk about, and based on that, you have to answer the question. One question is going to be asked for each paragraph. And then the fourth type of question is odd one out. Some people call it as odd man out. God bless them. Now, of course, what is odd one out? 4 to 5 lines are given, and in those 4 to 5 lines, you have to answer that sentence. That sentence is your answer, the one which is not the part of those 4 or 5 lines. It is a distant relative of parajumble, but then not parajumble. In parajumble, you have to align the sentences into logical sequence, but in odd one out, you have to find out the sentence that is not the part of the paragraph. Now let's understand under reading comprehension how many questions are you guys are going to get. Of course, guys are going to get 24 questions under reading comprehension. Under para jumble, there are going to be 4 questions. Under para summary, there are going to be 3 questions, and under odd one out, you guys are going to get 3 questions. Now, of course, more or less, we all know how many questions are going to be asked for each of the topic. Now, guys, if you want, you can take the screenshot of this recording or of this video, how many questions are going to be asked. Now let's talk about, now we already know that 24 questions are going to be asked on reading comprehension, 4 questions on para jumble, 3 questions on para summary, and 3 questions on odd one out. Usually people ask me this question, sir, under reading comprehension, what kind of passages are going to be asked? So what I have done based on my research and analysis and based on what I know about CAT examination, I'm going to give you an assumption that on what topic, how many questions might be coming in the CAT examination, so you can get a fair bit of idea. Let's start with reading comprehension. Under science, maybe the questions are going to be asked on scientific passages. So I guess around 5 questions are going to be asked under the science section. History, yes, many people hate this topic, they find it boring. So there is a bad news, there are going to be 9 questions on history. Under the social structure of us in our society and whatever human resource also we call it, you are going to be asked 5 questions. And then business related, of course, on financial and business related, you are going to get 5 questions. So if you do the math, all in all together 24 questions. So under the science section, you guys are going to get 5 questions. For social, you're going to get 5, history 9 questions, business studies 5 questions. Now guys, para jumble can be anything. You guys are going to get 4 para jumble questions. 5 lines are there, they are jumbled, and you have to align them into a logical sequence. And trust me guys, these are theta questions. What is theta? Type in the answer. That means you do not get options for these kind of questions. These are known as type in the answer. Now of course there are no options, so there is no negative marking. In any question where there is no option available for you guys to get the answer from, so there is going to be no negative marking. Under para summary, you guys are going to get three paragraphs, and for those three paragraphs, three questions are going to be asked, one question for each paragraph. And under odd one out, of course, just like para jumbles, few lines are given, they are jumbled, but you do not have to align them into a sequence, but you have to find out the sentence, the one that is not the part of that paragraph or of that jumbled paragraph. So comparatively it's easier than para jumble, but then that's what exactly it is. So now guys, we know what kind of questions are there, how many questions are there. Now let's understand for how many scores, what is the percentile? For how many scores, how much percentile you guys are going to get. Now, if you score around 42 to 44 marks, you guys are going to get 80 percentile plus. Yes, so these are nothing but the marks, and this is nothing but the percentile. So you guys get to know that 42 to 44 marks, if you score, you guys are going to get 80 percentile plus. That means you're going to get more than 80 percentile. If you guys score 50 to 54 marks, you are going to get 90 percentile plus. So that means you're going to get more than 90 percentile. But yes, if you want to score more than 95 percentile, and if you want to score more than 99 percentile, then you have to score 65 marks to get more than 95 percentile, and of course more than 80 marks to get 99 percentile. So this is the marks and percentile, guys. So I know there are many videos they're going to say you do this, you do that, some people are blabbering, but guys, this is what exactly the scores and percentile will look in CAT 2020. Now the question comes that how to prepare for it, what I do so that I get at least 90 percentile. I will be targeting myself in this zone. I will be seeing that I get more than 50 marks and around 65 marks. So at least I get 90 to 95 percentile. That is what is going to be my target. So this is what I will be targeting. Now, what needs to be done? The question comes that, okay, so what I do so that I get a great score, or what I'm supposed to do. So let's talk about it. The first pointer is read, of course, that everybody will suggest you, but then also write every day. Do not worry about what you're reading, how you are writing, whether you're going grammatically right or wrong, but at least try to attempt write one passage every day. That will help you to get better in comprehension skills. And then the second point is attempt as many questions you can. Now, of course, practice is what you are supposed to do. You attempt many questions, the similar kind of questions, to get the hang of it, to know what is the mistake you are doing and how to avoid that. And the most important thing is people do not do this usually while preparing, that time your attempts. You need to find out how much time you're taking to attempt every question. And the next thing is not just you time your attempts, you also focus on accuracy. I want you guys to focus on accuracy as well. So these two points are very important, guys. So not just you're going to read and write every day, you will make sure that you attempt as many questions, you time your attempts, and focus on accuracy. So these are the things. And the last but the most important thing is, yes, it goes without saying, mocks. But then guys, people say that you attempt 20 mocks, 30 mocks because they want to sell their mocks. There is no magical figure. There are people who didn't attend many mocks, they are in great colleges. There are people who attempted mocks but still they didn't get that great score. Why? Because it is not just about attempting the mocks. It is about knowing what you did wrong, analyzing your mistakes so that you do not repeat them. Why you attempt mocks? So that you get to know what wrong you are doing and what right you are doing, so that you keep on doing the right and you avoid the wrongs. So I hope this video is going to give you exactly what is needed to be understood or to be known for the CAT 2020 verbal ability section. If you want, you guys can take the screenshot of this recording. I've kept the first page here. On the page I have discussed stuff earlier, and this is the second one. Thank you and best of luck, guys.